Forensic tests have now confirmed that the gun of a policewoman was fired on the night of the deadly ritual at the Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries in Montego Bay, St. James. It is reported that spent shells recovered from the scene matched the policewoman's weapon. Now, on the night of the incident, head of the St. James Police Division, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, reported that a pistol and ammunition were seized. On the fateful night, the policewoman and Jamaica Defense Force JDF captain were in their force-issued uniforms when they escorted Kevin Smith in his BMW SUV from his Coral Gardens home to the Norwood Avenue Church. The policewoman reportedly traveled on a chartered bus from Kingston to Montego Bay on Friday, October 15, and spent the weekend helping other key lieutenants to prepare for the Sunday ritual at Pathways, referred to as the Ark. The policewoman also reportedly slept at the house of the deceased pastor on the Friday and Saturday nights leading up to the somber Sunday slayings. In the meantime, multiple criminal charges have been laid posthumously against former Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries leader Kevin Smith. Yesterday, 2 days after he died in a car crash, Smith was posthumously charged with 2 counts of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, wounding with intent, and shooting with intent. The murder charges are in relation to the vicious killings of 39-year-old Tanika Gardner and 38-year-old Michael Scottsdale Brown, both of St. James. Gardner's throat was allegedly slashed by another church member, Andre Ruddock, on the instructions of Smith. Allegations are that Mr. Brown had checked himself out of hospital where he was being treated for kidney failure in order to attend the service where he was killed. Statements given to the police indicate that Smith directed that several tubes that were connected to Mr. Brown be removed. When the tubes were reportedly ripped out by an alleged loyalist of Smith, some church members rushed to assist Brown, but Smith reportedly instructed that Brown be left to die. Brown subsequently bled to death. Smith died in a motor vehicle accident on Monday. A policeman, Constable Orlando Irons, also died in the accident. In the meantime, Andre Ruddock, who is also charged with the murder of Tanika Gardner, has been ordered to reappear in court on November 3. In tonight's COVID-19 update, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is reporting that 136 persons tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday, increasing the total of cases on record for the island now to 88,666, while 7 COVID-19 deaths reportedly occurred from August 5 to October 26, increasing the overall coronavirus death toll in Jamaica to 2,199. 5 fatalities have been recorded in Westmoreland, while a 66-year-old male from Portland, a 59-year-old female from St. Elizabeth, and a 96-year-old male from St. Anne are among the latest COVID-19 fatalities. Of the newly confirmed cases, 87 are females and 49 are males, ranging in age from 1 to 103 years. The case count comprises St. Catherine with 38 cases, Kingston and St. Andrew recorded 28 cases, St. Elizabeth recorded 15 cases, Clarendon and Manchester recorded 11 cases each, St. James recorded 10 cases, St. Thomas 8 cases, St. Anne recorded 6 cases, Trelawney recorded 4 cases, Westmoreland recorded 2 cases, while Hanover, St. Mary and Portland recorded 1 case each. Meanwhile, there were 180 recoveries recorded, increasing the overall total of recovered persons now to 57,362, of which 28,498 are active cases. Still tonight, 45,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine arrived in the country last night at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton made the disclosure in a tweet late last night in which he uploaded a video of the Caribbean Airlines flight arriving at the airport with the doses of the vaccines.
Tonight, Wednesday at 10:15, 45,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine has arrived, courtesy of the government of Suriname. We know there are a number of persons waiting on their second dose, and of course we need to give the young people the first dose so that we can get back to school. Later this week, in another day or two, we'll get another 100,000 plus doses of the same brand Pfizer. And this is under the COVAX facility. This is the facility that we pay for the vaccine. That will be a 145,000 approximately, which will take care of all the second doses that are due. And then of course we can start administering first doses to the targeted groups that we have agreed on. In another week or so, or two maximum, we will get an additional 200,000 doses. I want to just close by encouraging those persons who are due second dose starting tomorrow, Thursday at 10 a.m. Go on the website to book your appointment or call the 8881 love number, very important bit. And we want to start Monday the 1st of November. So book your appointment starting Thursday at 10 a.m. on the website or the toll-free line 8881 love. We continue to drive the vaccination process and continue to encourage Jamaicans to get vaccinated and live back to life.
In a subsequent release, Dr. Tufton highlighted that after second doses have been distributed, Pfizer vaccines will be given exclusively to children aged 12 to 18 in the hope of resuming face-to-face classes. In other news tonight, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, says it spends several $million each year to repair buses damaged in stone-throwing incidents. In a statement, Corporate Communications Manager at the JUTC, CECIL THOMS, said that it costs the company between $700,000 and $850,000 to repair each bus that is damaged. THOMS added that this takes into account the damage to the windscreen or side glass, plus any damage to the body of the bus. Additionally, it takes approximately 3 to 4 days for the installation, and the company suffers a loss of revenue when the bus is grounded. He noted that for many years, the JUTC has battled with stone-throwing incidents which have caused injuries to some of its drivers and passengers. What is very alarming from that report, Mr. Tom said, is that a driver last week sustained a minor injury to his shoulder in the execution of his duty. Fortunately, most of the drivers have not sustained any major injuries. However, this, he said, does not mean that their drivers are not psychologically affected by these incidents, adding that this practice creates an unsafe working environment for them. The bus company said that it continues to engage the police in putting an end to this criminal practice, and that they have also partnered with Crime Stop and have offered rewards to put an end to this nonsensical and heinous practice. Persons with information are being asked to contact the JUTC at 876-570-1789 via WhatsApp or via the company's social media platforms. Continuing with the news tonight, the St. Catherine South Police have intensified operational activities across the division. Yesterday, a team conducted an operation in the Portmore town center where persons were reportedly posing as delivery men in order to rob unsuspecting citizens. Now, during the operation, 2 men aroused the suspicions of the police and were pursued. The police apprehended one of the men. He was searched and a firearm was found, leading to his arrest. The other man reportedly escaped. Preliminary investigations have revealed that the man in custody is also wanted for shooting and robberies committed in the Portmore municipality. He's also a person of interest in a recent murder in the Gregory Park area. The investigation continues with a view of laying charges. The operations officer for St. Catherine South Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, affirmed that the police are encouraging citizens to be extremely vigilant when commuting in the division, especially on foot in areas that are lonely and not well lit. The police are also imploring citizens who have been the victims of robberies, especially from perpetrators on motorcycles, to report the robberies to law enforcement. Still making Mellow TV news tonight. A team of police officers assigned to the Manchester Police Division seized one Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 10 9mm rounds of ammunition during an operation on Caledonia Road, Mandeville, yesterday. Reports are that at approximately 3:45 p.m., lawmen were in the area on patrol when the driver of a vehicle was signaled to stop. The driver reportedly disobeyed and was chased. When the vehicle came to a halt, the occupants ran from the vehicle into a heavily vegetated area. The vehicle was searched and the firearm and ammunition found. No one was taken into custody. Continuing with the news tonight, State Minister in the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, MOEYI, Robert Morgan, says that the 211 Child Abuse Helpline launched in September is yielding results. He noted that children, as well as concerned members of the public, have been reporting incidents of abuse through this medium. Mr. Morgan said that since the launch of 211 in September, over 6,000 calls have been made to the hotline, many of them children who have been abused and many adults who have either heard of or seen abuse. The state minister, who was speaking at the official launch of the Optimist International Caribbean District's flagship project, Mentorship for At-Risk Youth, yesterday at the YMCA in St. Andrew, explained that the 211 helpline forms part of strategic efforts by the ministry to empower youth to protect themselves by reporting incidents of child abuse that they may face, and at the same time reduce the incidence of violence against them. The 24-hour child abuse helpline can be dialed from a cellular or landline telephone free of cost. It replaces 888 Protect. It is operated by trained officers from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, through the National Children's Registry. And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mellow TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe and pleasant viewing.